Hello, today I want to showcase a small library that I have written. I use it in every project. It's very useful and convenient to use, and you should use it too. So, this is called Hashed. It's available on my GitHub as a default-hashed repository. And what it does, it is eventually a wrapper around default's hash function. So if you take a look at the source code, it's a very simple one. And as you can see here, we are using some meta tables. And here is that default hash function over here. So let me use it. I've created an empty project and downloaded this library over here inside libs folder. Now let's create some game object and some script. And now let's attach it. Okay, now we can use it. First of all, we need to require the library. Okay, so you know the regular hash function, for instance, h equals hash from some string, let it be, I don't know, hash string. And when you print it, of course, local hashed required. And when you print it, you get hash string. That's okay, but this function is actually executed for every string that you give it. So for instance, if you have an update function, this hash is calculated each frame all the time, which is not ideal. Usually it is recommended to cache oftenly used strings, like so. Local other string hash, we are pre-calculating it. And now we can use it here. And it is calculated only once, so this is much better for performance. But it is not as convenient. With my function, what you can do, you can write it this way: hashed hash string. And it will just work. As you can see, it is over here, and this one is calculated only once. So when you are using this form of hashing, like h2 hashed, here can be any string with underscores, like any string with underscores. It will be calculated only one time. And when it is calculated, it put to the hashed table. Meta table is only used once when you are indexing hashed library with a field that was not there yet. So for show, if I call raw get hashed any string underscores, I will get nil because this field doesn't exist yet. But after calling hashed in this way, the function rawGet bypasses meta tables and only works on raw table. And so, as you can see, after it has been calculated, it doesn't use meta tables to retrieve this value. So you are not losing any performance when using this library. When this library is useful, well, in update functions, on input functions, and everywhere in default. You can pass it everywhere where hashed value is expected. You don't need to limit yourself to strings with underscores, because you can perfectly calculate hashes of any string at all, even with some special symbols. Yeah, as you can see, it has been hashed successfully. So here you go. Very useful library. I use it all the time, and I recommend you to use it as well. Thank you. Subscribe to my channel. Support me on Patreon. Goodbye.